I'm looking for a man in finance, trust fund. 6'5", blue eyes. Finance, trust fund. 6'5", blue eyes.
Hey, I know that you've heard that little ditty. Beyond being a TikTok sensation, you know what it really is? It's really good prospecting. So just stick with me here for a minute. I'm looking for a man. There's a lot of them. Finance, that narrows it down. 6'5", narrows it down further. Blue eyes, narrows it down further. Trust fund, even further. And when you're prospecting, that's what you need to be thinking about. How do you get from man to the TikTok Bob? How do we get from the entire world of e-commerce to that very narrow list like our TikTok Bob has? How do we really narrow it down so that we are only looking at the kind of brand that we want to sell to or we think we can sell to? We use a tool called Charm. And a Charm has, as you can see here, 3,168,198 different brands. And they've done a bunch of hard work here so that you can look for new advertisers or people who are growing on Instagram, people got sudden growth, people who are potential breakouts. But what I'm going to do is I want to take one of these things. I want to take these people who are breaking out, and that's going to run a bunch of preset things inside of Charm. And we want to adjust this. So Charm's the proprietary growth score. So we're looking for people who are growing pretty well. Success score means that they didn't just start advertising yesterday. I want to get a little bit more narrow around who I'm talking to, not just the activity that they're growing and they're successful. I actually want to put in a couple of things. So I want to put in a country, or I'm actually most interested in what happened over the last 3 months in the success score. I also want to narrow it down by the Google product taxonomy because that's super helpful. And if we want to put an estimate on it as well, that's really helpful. So we know that we're working with people that have enough money. And then I want to put in our average product price. And I want to know how much their paid traffic growth over the last 3 months has been happening, because I want to know that they are in investment mode because I'm selling marketing services. So if they are not growing their paid traffic in the near term, it's really unlikely that you can go in and sell them a significant and sophisticated marketing service if they're not willing to spend money. So some other things, products on store, I want to make sure that they're not a small SKU retailer, because I want to make sure that we've got enough to work with. Do I want anything from here? No, I don't really care about their organic social. I'm really interested in their paid growth. And also, I want to know that they also sell on Amazon, because that means that they are open to all channels. And then I really want to take a look at their Facebook ads growth, because this means to me that if they're investing more in social ads, they're going to be more likely to engage with a marketing services pitch. Technology, I don't really care about this. I'm tech agnostic. So here's what we're going to do. Apply all those filters. Now we're going to personalize them a little bit. So Google category, what I want to get to is I want to come down here and I want to take a look at people selling clothing. So that's super. I want them to be on Amazon as well. This is the Charm thing. It's a score that reflects how quickly a brand has been growing over the last 3 months. So I just want them to be in the top half of the world. So I would like these to be at least $2 million. And I'd like them to be no more than $20 million. I want to make sure that they've got at least 10 products, and their average product price, I want to make sure it's at least $40. That way I know I've got a little bit of margin to play with in terms of getting them new clients. Their Facebook ads growth score, I would also like this to be at the top half of these folks. So we'll just do from 0 to 100. And paid search, same thing. I want to make sure that their growth percentage is, and this is a percentage, not a number. So I want that they're not falling apart and that their Facebook ads are growing. I'm going to apply these filters And as you remember, we had like 3.2 million brand roughly. And I have actually just knocked this down. Now, you're going to think, Tim, what are you talking about? I cannot possibly work with 93 brands. Well, you know what? These are 93 brands that are potentially in the buying zone. We know they sell apparel and accessories. We know that they're growing. We know that they are spending money on ads. We know that they're generating at least $2 million bucks a year in sales. We know that their average product is $40 or higher. This is, in fact, a really good prospecting list because we've gone from a man, a lot of people, to finance, fewer people, trust fund, fewer, blue eyes, fewer, 6-5, fewer. So we've got these 93 brands. 93 brands is good because I can do a lot. If you gave me 9,300 brands, I wouldn't be able to do any sort of actual customization here. I would not be able to create an effective outreach campaign because all I would be doing is spraying and praying to people who happen to sell something that I think I could help them with. But now I've got people who are selling a specific kind of item with a specific kind of growth. That means they are more likely to engage with me. We can actually jump into any of these folks. We're going to jump into this particular brand. I don't know a single thing about them. It's baby and toddler clothing. Maybe not something that I was totally looking for, but we can see their success score is really good. Their growth score, they're growing really quickly, and they're pretty sophisticated. The sophistication scores, basically the number of channels that they're engaged with, both organically and from a paid perspective. So this is exciting. These guys are really popping out. Their paid traffic is growing. Actually, everything looks good here. And we got some product keywords that we can look at if that's interesting to us. So we go to products. We can see the products that they sell. Those are cute. I believe that this is the product that I could, in fact, sell. I could help them sell because these are cute clothes. They've got a good price point. They're not super expensive. And then we're going to take a look at their ads. So we can see that their number of cumulative ads, their unique ads, they're investing in ads. That's great. And we want to take a look at their ad account growth over the past 4 months. They haven't been pushing as much into Facebook ads as they had been, but that's okay. They're publishing creative pretty regularly. They just launched an ad. Oh, and look at this too. We've got the current ads that are running. So do I like their creative? Do I think that I can help them? Yeah. Cool. That's exciting. So I know this is somebody that I could help. So I absolutely 100% know that One Love Babe is, in fact, somebody that I want to work with, that I want to reach out to. There's a bunch of other pieces we can sort by, or the growth score over the past 3 months. Now, this is even better because these are the people that are growing the best over the past couple of months. So what I want to do is I want to export this list. It's going to show up in my email in a couple of minutes. And what I did was take that CSV that I got from Charm, and I've now put it into Apollo. So I've got this list. There's the same 93 companies, and you can email directly from Apollo. So it's all set. You can actually create sequences and go. But watch what I'm going to do here. So if I want to get this, if I just want to be super easy and fast about it, I'm just going to select all the companies on this page, because that's the companies I pulled out of Charm that I know fit my demographic. And then I'm going to hit find people. It's finding all of the people that Apollo knows about. And I can then start to filter it. I want to put in PMO, VP marketing, head of marketing, EO maybe. And I probably also want more complex filtering so we get just the right people. But what I'm going to do is pull up the marketing service sets. and the C-suite. I'm going to just save that search. And now I've got CEOs. I've got executive VP, founder and CEO, CEO. Let's see what else we can find. VP of Marketing Communications. So we've got the right folks. Now you do notice that we went from 93 to 48 contacts. We take our friend Jeff here and we send him an email or put him into a sequence and we're all set. That's it. So I've actually done a really focused search to find the right brands. And by the way, they still live over here in Apollo. I'm going to find the right people inside them. And then I'm going to email. Now, the reason to use Charm first is I know that I am not going to be emailing people whose business is failing because I did growth filters. I know that I'm not going to be emailing people who aren't spending on ads because I did growth filters. I know that I'm not going to be sending to people who aren't all spending on Amazon because I selected that as a filter. So do you understand what we've done here is we have taken that large list. First, all the companies was 3.2 million. And then the apparel companies were about, I think it was 74,000. And now we nailed it down to 48 people that we can actually put into a pretty sophisticated sequence because we know an awful lot about them. There's no waste here. I'm not sending thousands of emails out to people that just don't care. And really, we want prospecting to be precise. Because if you are spending an awful lot of time zipping off emails where it's completely irrelevant, or they're not a good fit because maybe you're emailing the wrong person, or even worse, you are emailing a company that you cannot serve because you didn't filter them out, or you're emailing a company that isn't right for you, you are wasting your time, you're wasting their time, and you're creating a bunch of digital trash, right? With irrelevant communications. You're potentially diminishing the value of your email sends. So the more relevant you can be, the more effective that you can be. That's why I think if you are really focused on prospecting for e-commerce, this simple solution, Charm, to do serious, powerful, precise filtering, pulling it into Apollo, where you can get good contact information on the specific company that you have already filtered. We've already filtered this so that we've got something that is really specific, and I know that I can help. And I've got all of this data that I could build into the sequence to let them know that I understand something about them. Really exciting. Now, there are other ways that you can use that Charm data and actually start to create personalization and real specificity and relevance by using some AI features that are available in something called Clay. So you could take that Charm data and move it into Clay to enrich it. Or we could take that Apollo data, the people, and we could then start to enrich that. Is a longer, more complex system, which I will make another video about, but quick and dirty, you can get from really specific lists in Charm to people who are ready to be contacted in Apollo in just a couple of minutes. There's no waste. You don't really have to worry about sending emails that are irrelevant because you will be able to build an email sequence that is very specific and relevant to the recipient. That is what you want to do when you are creating opportunities. Spray and pray is a waste of time. Sending out 30,000 emails a month to get maybe 4 or 5 meetings, that's a waste of your time. You're spewing out a lot of stuff that's not helpful to you, and it's not helpful to the recipients. The way to build your business better, to build your agency better, is to be more specific, more relevant, and build your authority and your impact from the very first contact. This is a very different way of selling. They think scale is the answer. Now, scale matters, but I'm not sending out emails to people because I'm doing the work first to know that they are at least notionally qualified, meaning that they are in the right vertical and they've got the right kind of revenue. But when you add in the specific filters, knowing that they are growing, that they're spending money on ads, so you know that they are a sophisticated business that is in growth mode. That's the signal that I know means that they are more likely to listen to what I have to say versus emailing somebody who they're really doing $100,000 in revenue. Or they're not even in business anymore, but their email still works. Those things don't happen when you use multiple source data like Charm, because they've got contact data, they've got traffic data, they've got, are you visible on Amazon data? Like that sort of stuff that tells me this is a business that is ready to engage. And so the one for you is to create a prospecting engine that leverages multiple points of data very easily so that you are able to filter your set of contacts to only the people that matter. And let's think about relevant, impact, and growth.